Hi, I'm Nikki Lechniak, and welcome to this episode of the 502 Report. Thanks to the success of their product, one Louisville employer is expanding their capacity and hiring once again. A demand for F-Series Super Duty trucks is translating into hundreds of new jobs at Ford's Kentucky truck plant.
350 more Kentucky families are going to be able to lay their heads down on their pillows at night with the confidence that they're going to have a great paying job and be able to support their families and send their kids to school and enjoy the quality of life that we all want.
Ford Motor Company, the industry's truck leader, has hired 350 workers, making an $80 million investment in facility upgrades and retooling the Kentucky truck plant to meet the high demand for their trucks.
All of this growth enables us to better serve customers and contribute more to the communities we serve. Two things that are important to all of us at Ford. The new investment and jobs are estimated to result in a 15% increase in production capacity.
And it looks like a big redo is coming to one of Louisville's most traveled roads.
50 to 65,000 cars go up and down Dixie Highway a day. So there is more than adequate traffic for businesses to thrive along Dixie Highway.
What if Dixie Highway were more pedestrian and business friendly? The Dixie Highway Improvement Project includes features like increasing lighting and walkability down the stretch of Dixie from Oak Street all the way out to the Snyder Freeway.
Some existing sidewalks will be wider than they are now. Some new sidewalks will go in as well. And a good example is anybody that's tried to walk under the Waterston Expressway I-264 interchange to the other side. You know, it's not the friendliest environment in the world, let's put it that way. And there are no sidewalks, and we can make that a lot better than what it is right now.
The project is part of a 5-phase master plan, starting with the transformation of the area between Crumbs Lane on the north and Rockford Lane on the south. Preliminary designs of the new I-264 interchange by the Corradino Group include a pedestrian path, lighting, and signage improvements, along with landscaping.
We're hoping that this attraction will be the tipping point, and it will be the idea moving forward in terms of our renewal of Dixie and being able to get the kinds of development that we all seek in this area.
Here's more news from Louisville Metro. Take the guesswork out of taking TARC. New real-time tracking of buses makes it easier and more efficient to ride public transportation. Through Google Maps, you'll be able to see exactly where your bus is and when it'll be at your stop.
Now it's never been easier for anybody to use public transportation. You put the power of information in the customer's hands, and with that, I think we're going to see more commuting and traveling smarter and more efficiently, and more people using public transportation.
It's just the latest information TARC is providing besides route options, step-by-step directions, estimated travel times, and scheduled bus arrival times to help make taking TARC easier.
We're really working to try to expand the options to make it as easy as possible. So no matter whether you're on a tablet or a desktop, you'll be able to easily find out when your bus is coming.
Mayor Greg Fisher's issued a challenge to local businesses and organizations to help put 2,000 young people in jobs this summer through the SummerWorks program. The program, which just won an honor at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, helped connect 1,500 youngsters ages 16 to 21 with training and employment opportunities last summer.
Where they've had to clock in, get a paycheck, whatever it might be, and the mentors and the people that they meet in these jobs really can make a world of difference for them. And it's really a two-way street at the same time. If you talk to business leaders, they talk about the value of hiring youth for summer employment as well.
A variety of organizations are supporting the program, but more are always welcome. The hope is that SummerWorks youth will not only earn a paycheck, but also learn and grow through their experiences.
New ideas, new faces, interacting with mentors within their company at the same time. So it's exciting for them as well, and it allows them to nurture young talent that they wouldn't have been able to meet before, and they have an employee base that more looks like the faces of the community. We really are encouraged by the success that we're having so far.
Companies that export their products are not as reliant on the local economy and tend to be stronger as a result. That's one of the reasons Mayor Fisher and Mayor Gray of Lexington made it a goal to increase exports in the region between Louisville and Lexington.
It's probably the easiest way to grow a company. It's a lot easier to begin exporting than it is to invent a new product or a new service, because that frequently has a lot of unknowns with it, versus just changing your product a little bit to adapt to a foreign market.
And now J.P. Morgan Chase is adding $200,000 to the effort by offering small grants to help connect small businesses with export and business development resources.
It can be mysterious, but once you develop the capabilities, it will come easy to them and will help them be successful. So we look forward to working with you on this, Mr. Mayor.
Their bulk waste items like appliances, tires, tree stumps, whatever they can't put out throughout the rest of the year.
If you've got a bunch of old items to get rid of but don't know your junk pickup dates, you can now sign up for text alerts through Metro Louisville.
This is just a lot easier to remind people more easily when their junk is being picked up, and that leads to cleaner neighborhoods, which means safer neighborhoods at the same time. And it's also going to reduce the calls, we hope, going into Metro Call 311, so those folks can be deployed on other activities.
The number of junk pickups has gone up to 3 per year, and if you'd like to know when those are, go to louisvilleky.gov. Just enter your address in the 311 service lookup box and follow the instructions for choosing text or email alerts. Reminders will be sent out the week before each scheduled junk pickup. It's been almost 50 years since Congress declared bourbon America's only native spirit, and this May that declaration will be honored with an intimate and rare bourbon experience.
Here's to an affair to remember, and one that will be enduring and very, very long-lasting. Cheers. Cheers.
The Kentucky Distillers Association will host 4 days of events to immerse whiskey drinkers deep into the beverage's history and culture.
No other country in the world can make a whiskey and call it bourbon, and nowhere else in the world can you enjoy the one true, authentic bourbon experience like Kentucky and Louisville.
This is definitely going to be hands-on, insider's access to a whole new level, and behind the scenes, as you heard, doesn't even begin to describe what's going to be happening here for a real bourbon lover. So it's going to be fantastic for us.
Events on tap range from bourbon and food pairings to meeting distillers and getting rare glimpses of distilleries never before seen by the public. The Kentucky Bourbon Affair will take place from May 14th to the 18th. Individual events will run between $100 and $200. For more information or to purchase tickets, go to kybourbonaffair.com. A recent study shows that more than 1/3 of kids headed to kindergarten don't have the basic skills they need to learn.
An at-risk kid shows up at kindergarten 3 years behind a child from a thriving environment. So here you are at 6 years old and you're already 3 years behind. How are you going to catch up? Well, the truth is 90% of kids don't catch up.
So in response, the public library is sponsoring the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Challenge to get young kids and their families to read 1,000 books before entering kindergarten. That's the same as reading 3 books a day for 1 year.
Big part of how we do that as a community is share literacy and reading and learning with the youngest of our citizens.
Studies have found that families who read together help build vocabulary, language skills, and work on attention spans, all helpful skills for learning in school.
I hope that it will inspire folks to do what's so right here in terms of getting kids ready for kindergarten and getting them ready for life.
To get started, pick up a 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten reading log at any Louisville Free Public Library. Fill out the registration card and start reading. Taxpayers are encouraged to take advantage of free tax preparation services throughout Jefferson County. There are 27 locations, and professional preparers can help families save money by qualifying for benefits like the Earned Income Tax Credit.
In District 1, there are 36.2% of families with children under the age of 5 that live in poverty. Only 8.3% of those families are unemployed. That means that over 90% of those families could benefit from the Earned Income Tax Credit.
The free tax services not only make the process of filing your taxes easier, but it can save taxpayers hundreds of dollars.
Last year I paid almost $400 to have my taxes prepared, and I think about where that money could have went. It could have went to house repairs, could have went to clothes for my children, many things that I could have really done with that money. But I was so happy when I left the Urban League because the people, the agents that I work with from the lobby to the agents were very pleasant, very helpful, very informative, and they made me feel very comfortable.
If you or your family earn $52,000 or less, you can take advantage of the tax assistance. For more information, call 211 or go to labcservices.org. It's been a cold and snowy winter so far. And that's meant long hours working out in the elements for our Metro Snow Team. The 265-person crew has been brining, plowing, and salting so we can all get around on city roads safely. Mayor Fisher recently thanked the staff for all of their hard work.
It's been a tremendous effort by our citizens, but by our public works and other employees I'm going to talk about here in a second that have just been getting after these storms now going on over a month, that have been really doing a great job to keep our main roads clear, most of our secondary roads, and just doing as much as we can.
Longtime social justice advocate Suzie Post is this year's recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Freedom Award. Post has a long history of social activism dating back to the 1960s. Mayor Fisher presented her with the honor at January 19th's Keepers of the Dream celebration, which featured dance and music in memory of Dr. King.
I have been able, over a lifetime, to work with the people who press forward toward social justice 24 hours a day and night, for people who want us all to achieve the best we can do.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of the 502 Report. Until next time, take care.